everyone, you are watching BioShots, a platform where you get informative and relevant video lectures on various subjects including contemporary environmental topics. I am Neelam Mishra. Let me begin this presentation by asking a simple but very pertinent question. Do you know what is the present ranking of India in Climate Change Performance Index? If the answer is no, then don't worry. I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about Climate Change Performance Index. Civil services aspirants must focus on this topic because questions based on this can be asked in the mains or the prelims exam. So watch the video till the end and enhance your knowledge. Without an iota of doubt, we all know that climate change crisis is real and happening at an alarming rate. Not just impacting our natural resources, but affecting all of us, no matter where we live in the world. No corner of the globe is immune from the devastating consequences of climate change. Scientists and environmentalists fear that the worst is yet to come. According to IPCC, a changing climate leads to changes in the frequency, intensity, spatial extent, duration, and timing of extreme weather and climatic events and can result in unprecedented extreme weather and climate conditions. Thankfully, the nations all over the world have now realized the urgency to take instant and stringent actions to prevent global warming and other climate change-induced impacts, which can have immediate economic benefits as well as lasting ancillary advantages from improved public health, reduced poverty, and inequality. While industrialization has contributed to climate change, new and efficient technologies can help us reduce greenhouse gas emissions and create an environment-friendly world. In the meantime, decarbonization of economy, multi-pronged strategies to combat climate change, and nature-based solutions will certainly bring positive transformation to create a cleaner and greener future on Earth. I totally agree with global environmental scientists to believe that commitments made by the countries under Paris Agreement are insufficient to limit global warming to a maximum of 1.5 degrees Celsius. Many developed and rich nations are still reluctant and have never met their commitments made during international treaties and protocols. In fact, many countries fail to take concrete and ambitious actions on climate protection as well as to highlight countries with best practice climate policies, leading to huge disparities in climate talks and action. Therefore, in order to encourage those which have not yet contributed enough towards climate change mitigation and to enable comparison of mitigation efforts and progress made by individual countries, an index known as Climate Change Performance Index, abbreviated as CCPI, was established in 2005 following a UN Conference on Environment and Development. So now let me give you some more details about Climate Change Performance Index. This index was developed by three non-governmental organizations as shown on the screen, namely German Watch, New Climate Institute, and the Climate Action Network, with the aim to deliver a comprehensive and balanced index to bring transparency in international climate politics. Published annually since 2005, CCPI is an independent monitoring tool for tracking the climate protection performance of about 60 countries and the European Union as a whole, which collectively account for more than 90% of global greenhouse gas emissions. The index has provided standardized assessment method to evaluate and compare the climate protection performance of the participating countries towards the goals set by the Paris Agreement. It can be a powerful tool to hold governments accountable for their responsibility to act on the climate crisis. So with this introduction, let's shift our focus on the methodology used to assess the climate performance. As I told you, CCPI is a scoring system. The methodological approach involves the use of 14 indicators and the 4 categories as depicted on your screen. Number 1, greenhouse gas emission. Number 2, renewable energy. Number 3, energy use. and number 4, climate policy. The logic behind using these 4 components in the index takes into account that climate policy, if effective, will over a few years influence energy use and renewable energy, eventually lowering down greenhouse gas emission component of CCPI. About 80% of the assessment of a country is based on quantitative data from the internationally recognized institutions such as IEA, Food and Agriculture Organization, and the National Greenhouse Gas Inventory submitted to the UNFCCC. The 3 quantitative categories, which include GHG emissions, renewable energy, and energy use, are each defined by 4 indicators. These are current level, past trend, well below 2 degrees centigrade compatibility of the current level, and well below 2 degrees centigrade compatibility of the country's 2030 target as mentioned in this slide. Adding to this, quantitative data alone cannot predict these, and therefore the qualitative data for these indicators is also assessed annually in a comprehensive way. The remaining 20% of the assessment is based on the CCPI's globally unique climate policy section that include national climate policy and international climate policy, accounting for the most recent developments in climate policy frameworks. A performance rating provided by climate and energy policy experts from the evaluated countries serves as the basis for this. Now it's time to answer the question that I asked. Where does India stand in the CCPI 2023 ranking? Well, I'm feeling proud to tell you that India is doing very well, and it's the only G20 country in the top 10 positions. India is ranked at the 8th position with a score of 67.35 among the high performers in recently released CCPI 2023, moving 2 spots up when compared with the previous edition of the index. In 2022 and 2021, India was at the 10th position, and in 2020 it stood at the 9th position. This ranking has been given to our country on the basis of its low per capita emission and increasing use of renewable energy. This time also, none of the countries managed to get ranked at the first 3 positions, thereby implying that no country performed well enough in all index categories to achieve an overall very high rating in the CCPI. Denmark and Sweden remain the top ranked countries. With this, I wind up this presentation. I will come up with another relevant topic in the next video. Thanks for your motivation and valuable feedback. Keep learning with me. I'm sure you will be highly benefited from the informative and useful lectures on BioShots. Thank you once again for your attention. Stay focused and stay safe.